Hello everyone, it's Jack Cotton, luxury real estate expert, author, and agent, standing here outside my beautiful, luxurious, but not overly ostentatious Cape Cod office. And I want to talk a little bit about farming, because a lot of people, a lot of real estate trainers, a lot of real estate speakers, a lot of real estate gurus say that farming is dead, farming is foolish, farming is for losers, farming doesn't get you anywhere. And I want to talk a little bit about that whole idea and maybe dispel that rumor, because I don't agree with that premise at all. The best I can do to agree with that premise is to say, well, maybe not farming, but let's take it up a notch and let's call it gardening. I mean, because farming is sort of driving around in a hot field in an unair-conditioned tractor, manure smell heavy in the air, dust, dirt, grime. I know it doesn't sound that appealing, but I have nothing but admiration for people who do that. And it's been a fantasy of mine to have my own little farm sometime, but we'll see about that. But gardening, on the other hand, is nurturing. It's directing people to plant this over there and to till that over there and weed this over here. So gardening is sort of farming raised up a couple notches. So when you're thinking of marketing to high net worth individuals in your marketplace, take your farming up a couple notches and make it gardening. And here's why it works. Number one, the decision for people in the high net worth area to buy and sell can be impulsive. In fact, think of whatever day of the week this is today that you're watching this video. People wake up in your high net worth marketplace having no thought whatsoever of selling their property. Then this evening, at the end of the day, they go to a party at someone else's house, which is across town, across the bay, on the other side of the mountain, whatever the case may be. They look out the window and they think, wow, this really looks great over on this side of town. This really looks great on this side of the bay, or this really looks great on the ocean rather than the creek. And they decide that night they're going to sell and buy something else. Very impulsive. You need to be in front of them all the time. So we have this whole thing called musical houses in my marketplace. So people just move around in the area. Not of waterfront people move to the waterfront. Waterfront people move to the non-waterfront. One kind of waterfront to another kind of waterfront. So that impulsive nature of high net worth individuals really is the reason why gardening does work. But you have to be consistent. You've got to do it on a regular basis. Create a calendar for 1 year so that your marketing, your gardening plan can be consistent and planned out in advance and not always be trying to play catch up with that. Understand that everything you do, everything you send out has to reflect the quality of the service that you provide and the quality of the product you represent. So no shortcuts, no dear resident, no dear occupant. Everything's got to be personalized. Really nice paper if you're doing paper mailings, and I love direct mail over email. I'm old, I can't help it. And understand that neighbors are best. People in the high end like to be around other people like themselves. They like to be around people who have the same aspirations, the same level of accomplishment, the same level of dreams. They feel comfortable around people like themselves. So I find that it's very rare for an expensive property to sell to someone who doesn't have a connection in the area already. Maybe 5 or 10% of the time that's the case, but 85 to 90% of the time when you look at a really expensive property that's sold in your area, do some research on that buyer. You'll find that they have a people connection to someone who's already in your area. And that's why gardening versus farming works in the high end. Try it out, but it's going to be consistent over a period of months and years for it to work. Try it, you like it. If you have questions about farming versus gardening, send me an email or go to luxuryrealestateunplugged.com. Enter your question at the bottom of the page, and we will deal with it. One-on-one coaching in a group setting, first Tuesday of every month. See you then. Till next time, make it a great week.